Why does it cost so much? Why is someone quoting me $100 a month and someone quoting me $3,000 a month? I just got off a call with a fencing contractor in not a major city. So keyword volume's a little bit less, competition's a little bit less, but he's still around the $2K a month for SEO. He's still around the site construction with about 20 to 30 pages, geo pages, suburb pages, 20, 30, 40, 50 blogs in the first few months. So basically the absolute bare minimum cost of entry to market. And so a common question that I get asked is, hey, there's these places online offering SEO for $100. Why are other people quoting up $2,000 to $3,000 a month? The answer is really simple. Imagine we deconstruct the competitors, meaning the websites that we want to overtake. Okay, in order to get traffic from Google, we need to do something better than the competitors that are ranking there already. So if we deconstruct the competitors, we see their websites, we have a look at their pages, their blogs, their guides, their backlinks, basically the cogs under the hood, the bricks, the double glazed windows, the doors, and everything else that goes into the construction of a house or a website. It comes with a cost, right? So there's a true cost of SEO, and then there is a cost of SEO of someone that just wants to take your money and perform meaningless SEO tasks with no understanding or desire for client success. Now, I don't speak on the whole community, but most cases I see sadly are like this. And so it's like having a builder build you a house, and instead of it costing you 400 grand to build a house, what it costs to build a normal townhouse, right? The price is $50. And then he comes and he starts building, but in the building process, he cuts the grass. He begins the demolition. Whatever $50 will get him. So moral of the story is $50 isn't gonna get you the construction of a house, but there are people that will quote up those jobs and offer those services to you. Another analogy is taking your car to a mechanic. You've clearly got an engine rebuild that you need. You clearly need all of this work, and the service is $150. They'll service the car for you, but they're not going to solve the underlying issue. They're not going to fix and repair the engine at that figure. So we're not going to get the result that everyone wants. When someone wants SEO, they just want leads. They want people to find them. They want inquiries most of the time. Some people just want to overtake competitors. Some people want their brand to be higher. But at the end of the day, there's a monetary value that they expect back. In this space, when I had a look at the competitors, you had the likes of Jim's Fencing. Go look at their sitemap. They're 30,000 pages. I'm not saying we need to build 30,000 pages, but basically it's like, if we want to buy a house in Brighton, the average going rate is, I don't know, I'm guessing it's $1 million, right? So we have to be prepared to spend that much. So the answer to the question was very simple. Okay, let's have a look at what you actually want. What do you want? I want SEO. I want leads, meaning I want to show up above the competitors in that town, in that city. That doesn't happen instantly. Do you have a website? No website. Got it. So it'll take 1 to 2 years to really organically, look, 1 to 2 years it just depends where, depends on a lot of other metrics. But it takes about 6 to 7 months to break through the sandbox. That's if we get a Google listing verified. You have no office address, you work from home. So your business listing most likely will be a service-based business. We will try and register your mum's house, your dad's house, whatever works. But we've got to jump through hoops. We need at least 20 or 30 Google reviews. A lot of work there. You can do that without me. You don't need me for that, right? But we still need to construct a website that meets what Google is looking for, meets the average of the top 10. The top 10 have been there for 5, 6, 10 years, right? Who are we to think that we're going to overtake them? We can build you the most beautiful, best SEO optimized website, but then the campaign needs to begin. The natural flow of brand events, backlinks, social media, brand signals, trust signals, expertise signals. That doesn't happen quickly, and it definitely doesn't happen at $100 a month. So basically what you've been quoted are made up figures that will get you meaningless results. When the person that gives you the quote on SEO, instead of showing you a pre-sample, pre-filled PDF templated report, when they can sit you down and be like, here are your top 10 competitors that I looked at, here are their pages, here are their backlinks. I've analyzed their backlinks in terms of power. That gives us a value of how much that would cost. Here is what they're doing on social media. Now, you don't have to be a social media butterfly, but these are the cost of entries. If everyone is running Instagram and Facebook ads and constantly posting on Reels and constantly posting on YouTube, guess what? Their trust with Google is going to be far more superior than the perfectly optimized SEO website. All of these are cost of entries to the market. So when someone says, how much for your SEO? I just quoted 100. I could do your SEO for free. I'm actually doing your SEO right now by communicating with you and telling you not to do the SEO at 100 because it's not going to get you anywhere. You don't even have a website. How is someone selling you SEO for 100? You don't even have a registered domain. It's like there's so much to it. I love it. But I learned a new keyword. It was a PVC fencing. I'm going to go pick up that domain, build out a page. I already have a whole bunch of fencing contractor websites. I have a bunch of builders websites, which I showed you, and you like them. So that's what you need. And so after that, at the end of that call, I said, look, I'm not the guy for you, but what you should do is at this stage, it sounds like you're getting some good word of mouth through the door. You're getting some referrals from your suppliers, from your PVC fencing companies and things like that, which is good. So really, I think at this stage, what you need is pick up a domain. I helped you register a Google listing. Your homework is get some Google reviews going. Ask your mates, cousins, sisters, brothers to leave your reviews, previous people that you've worked with, right? Start getting some Google reviews through the door. Register that domain, go to wix.com, build yourself a very simple, basic landing page website. If you get stuck, go to Fiverr or Upwork or onlinejobs.ph, pay someone $100, get them to build you a very basic templated website on Wix. Let that just marinate, right? Publish your projects, add your expertise, what you're good at, your before afters, a video, the time lapse. So something that at least begins a little bit of trust with Google, so Google can see that this business is starting to act like a true brand. They have some Google reviews coming through, they're sharing value online via social media, they're sharing proof of work. Just a website on its own, I'm not saying won't rank, but there's so many other metrics. Google literally looks at traffic diversity as one of the trust metric. Google looks at brand mentions to decide if you deserve to show up above the competitors. You'll definitely get to page 2, page 3 of Google pretty quickly, especially if you're in a small town. It's definitely worth trying with a Wix website. But it's like, that's why that SEO was quoted 2 to 3K a month, because we're going to need that 2 to 3K to build the resources, to build the assets, and then give it time to marinate. It's a monthly sculpting, monthly additions of blogs, links, and other signals, other assets that drive trust signals with the Google gods. Not just Google, Bing, ChatGPT's Bing, all the AI language models, all of that. Now these are, of course, made up numbers. It just depends on the space, but the cost of SEO directly depends on who we're up against, what their assets are, how old they are. And when I say assets, they're things that happen on the site that you physically can see, pages, things that happen off the site, things like backlinks, and then additional assets that they own, their social accounts, authority score, things like that. Expertise, experience, trust, authority, so many words.